Good day, everyone. This is Geraldine M. Argilies. Before we proceed to my discussion, first we will have some recap. What is Kolmogorov-Smirnov? It is a non-parametric goodness of fit test and is used to determine whether two distributions differ or whether an underlying probability distribution differs from a hypothesized distribution. It is used when we have two samples coming from two populations that can be different. Now, I will compare our work with a video tutorial in which we research from the internet, particularly in YouTube. The title is One Sample Kolmogorov-Smirnov or KS Test from Questionnaire Data using Microsoft Excel, uploaded by Edifo. We just copied the same questionnaire from the video, which is specify the quality of our customer service. In the scale of very low, low, moderate, high, and very high. Now, we are going to specify the null and alternative hypothesis for testing. The null hypothesis is there is no difference in the proportion of the respondents' perception about the customer service quality. The alternative hypothesis is there is difference in the proportion of the respondents' perception about the customer service quality. These are the two hypotheses which we are going to test. The formula of the Kolmogorov-Smirnov test is D is equals to maximum of CFO of X minus CFE of X, where CFO of X is the observed cumulative frequency proportion, and CFE of X is the expected theoretical cumulative frequency proportion. In the end of the computation, we need to make a decision in comparing the D value with the D critical value or D alpha, which we get it from the KS distribution table. Now, we are going to proceed in the Excel. In the first row is the customer ID. Among gibutang diri is 1 to 50. Ang sample size namo is up to 50 respondents. And diri sa second column is the customer service quality. Mo ni ang ijang scale, mga nagalahi-lahi nga perception sa mga respondents. In the scale of 1, which is very low. Scale of 2 is low, and 3 is moderate, 4 is high, and 5 is very high. Now, we will first get the observed frequency. Para makuha ni nato si siya is magamit ta og COUNTIF nga formula. Ang range is kaning customer service quality, which is kaning perception sa atong customer up to 50. Comma, ang criteria is kaning scale nga 1, which is very low. Ato ni sidyang i-freeze F4. And then, close parenthesis, mo na ijang answer, 14. Maura gihapon ang formula diri sa ikaduha. Equals COUNTIF, open parenthesis, ang range kaning diri ko to 50, comma, kaning low, then i-freeze na to ni siya. Close parenthesis. Mo na yung answer, and so on and so forth. And there is a high is 5 and very high 5 with a total of 50. Next is to get the observed frequency proportion. Para makuha aning 0.28 equals kaning 14 divided by kaning total of 50. Ato di sidyang i-freeze. And enter mo ni ang answer. And then diri pud sa ikaduha mao ra gihapon ang process equals diri na pud ka sa low. kaning 17. F 17 divided by kaning 50. Ato siyang i-freeze. Equals 0.34. Mo na yung answer. Unja diri pod sa ikatulo, maura gihapon equals kaning 9 divided by 50. Ato na diyang i-freeze equals 8.18 and so on and so forth. With the total of 100%. Sunod, atong kuhaon ang cumulative observed frequency proportion. Ato rang i-copy ning observed frequency proportion diri ato rang i-copy diri. And then para makuha ning 62 equals 28 plus kaning 34 equals 0.62. O para pod makuha ni nato ning 0.80, kaning 0.62 i-add na to diri sa 0.18. Mo ni answer 0.80. Para makuha po na nato ning 0.90, 0.80 plus kaning 10. Mo ni 0.90 and then i-add ra gyapon nato sa diyang duha, mo ni 1 na ang answer. Next, para makuha natong expected frequency, mo ni atong buhaton equals kaning 50, which is the total respondents, divided by kaning 5 na choices. And then ato ni si diyang i-freeze, enter, mo ni ang answer 10. Mora gihapon ang buhaton diri kutob ubos. So same ra sila og kanang answer. And then i-add tanan, which is equals to 50. Now, in getting the expected frequency proportion, mo ni ang atong buhaton. Equals kaning ato ni pinduton ning 10 divided by 50. Equals, mo ni answer 0.2. So same ra man si dia og kanang answer diri as is ra pod diri nga same ra gihapon ang ijang value. I-add ni tanan, which the total is 100%. Para makuha ning cumulative expected frequency proportion, ato ra ning i-copy ning answer diri sa kinaunhan diri And then para makuha ning 0.4, ato ra ning i-add ning kaning diri nga kinaunhan nga answer og kaning ijang tapad, which is 0.2. Mo ni answer 0.4. Then diri sa ikatulo equals kaning 0.4, i-add nato aning 0.2, mo ning answer 0.6. And ikaupat, i-add ni nato ning 0.6 plus kaning 0.2 equals 0.8. And then lastly, i-add din nato ning 0.8 plus kaning 0.2. Mani 1 ang answer. Lastly, the CFO of x minus CFE of x. Para makuha ni nato si dia is equals kaning diri ta mangita sa cumulative observed frequency proportion. Mo ni ang 0.28 i-minus nato sa kaning cumulative expected frequency proportion, which is 0.2. So mo na answer 0.8. Sa ikaduha, 0.62 minus nato sa 0.4 equals 0.22. And then 0.80 minus kaning 0.6 equals 0.20. And so on and so forth. And ang kaning 0.22 mo ni ang kinadak-an, so mao ni ang maximum of D. In the Kolmogorov-Smirnov or KS table, if the sample size is above 35 and the level of significance is 0.05, mo ni ang gamiton nga equation. Ang 1.36 over the square root of n or the sample size. Mo ni atong gamiton para makuha nato ang D alpha. Equals 1.36 divide nato sa square root SQRT square root of sample size which is kaning 50. Close parenthesis, enter, answer 0.19. And then ang maximum niya, ang D maximum is kaning 0.22. So, in our work, the process in finding the D alpha in which manually ato ni sidyang solvon ning 1.36 divided by square root of n or the sample size. Na-derive ni nato ning equation, nakita ni nato sa Kolmogorov-Smirnov distribution table. So, manually mag-solve pa ta inani. And then, naami na research nga laing process to solve for D alpha in which dili na ta mangita sa Kolmogorov-Smirnov distribution table. Kani nga calculator is makita nato sa vasarstats.net. Mao ni siya. So, igo na lamang ta mag-type sa ijang values. First is the observed frequency. Atong i-type ning value niya. Kani. Mo ni ang value niya. Atong i-type diri sa calculator. Second is 17. Third is 9. Fifth is 5. Fourth is 5. And fifth is 5. Sa expected frequency niya, atong i-type ang 10. So remember, ang value inani is makita ra gihapon nato diri sa Excel, in which ang process is same ra gihapon sa video tutorial na atong among na research. Same ra ang process. Igo na lamang ta magkuha sa value inani nila. Next, atong i-type ang expected proportion. And dere is kaning cumulative proportion. Mao ni siya. Kani and kani ang atong i-type. There is sa observe. First is 0.28. Second is 0.62. Third is 0.80. Fourth is 0.90. Fifth is 1. Sa expected, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, and 1. So, i-add na nato si tanan. Mo ni ang answer. Sa observed frequency is 50, which is 50. Sa expected frequency niya is 50. Yes, 50. and expected proportion is 1.0. And then, ang answer diri is mao ni ang CFO of x minus CFE of x. So, ang answer is 0.08, which is sakto diri And then, 0.2, 0.2, 0.1, and then 0. And makita na dadyon diri ang maximum of D, which is 0.22. And critical values of maximum of D for N, which is ang atong sample size, which is 50. And level of significance nato na atong gigamit is 0.05, which is mao ni ang ijang answer. 0.1923. Mao ni atong gamiton. Ang D-alpha, mao na ni ang answer sa D-alpha. Makita na nato dadyo ng answer if magamit ta inani nga calculator. Value diri is same ra sa value sa calculator. So, ang process sa calculator na among na-research og sa video is almost the same. First is pangitaon pa nato ang observed frequency, expected frequency, the cumulative observed frequency, and the cumulative expected frequency. If makita na ni nato sila, pwede na nato i-type dadyon sa calculator. In which, ang ijang answer is mogawas na dayon. Unlike diri ay mangita ta sa D-alpha or the critical value, mongadto pa ta sa Kolmogorov-Smirnov distribution table, in which ato pang pangitaon ang ijang sample size and the corresponding equation nga na natunong sa ijang significant value. The level of significance, in which mo ni ang answer na atong nakita, ay mo ni ang formula nga atong nakita, which is 1.36 over square root of n. Ato pa ni sidyang manual nga isolve. Unlike diri mugawas na dadyon sa calculator. Masadyo na dire kay igo na laman ta mo type and bugawas sa dadyon ang answer. So, that's all. So, here's the conclusion. If D is greater than D-alpha, then reject the null hypothesis, otherwise fails to reject the null hypothesis. Since the value of D is 0.22, which is larger than the critical D value of 0.19, the null hypothesis of no difference among the respondents' perception about the customer service is rejected. It is evident that there is a significant difference among the respondents' perception of customer service quality.